Hey guys, welcome. Let's get into it. We're going to do the Tower 16 today. So, 1 plus 6, this is the 7 returning back to itself. We go through 1 through 7. We're born perfect, and then we get kind of marred by matter and enjoying matter too much, and we get an imbalance in ourselves. And then from the Chariot 7 back to the Tower 16, which is another 7 cards, we come back to we're returning to spirit. But it's really hard to return to spirit while you're still in the material world. That's what this card's about. And this is on the esoteric level. If we're talking about exoteric, it's moves, you're getting fired from your job, you might get evicted from your house, your girlfriend or boyfriend or significant other may break up with you just abruptly. It's a very abrupt card. So you never want to get this card. This is like the dreaded card of the tarot for me personally. So the 1 plus 6, it's going to feel like the Trinity because it denotes the perfect child, which is the charioteer. He is the son. He's the exalted son of the sacred feminine and masculine coming together. He's coming back to himself. He's coming back to his spiritual nature. He already went into the underworld, into the cards after Chariot 7. You go into the underworld and then you come back up into the cosmos after this card, actually. So it's dissolution of ego. It's the card after the devil, which most cards and most decks have Salve Coagula written on the devil, which means you're going to get the shit smacked out of you. It's just going to be like level up, humble up, basically. Definitely humble up. Specifically because we have the crown falling off the head of the tower. We have the female falling out of the tower and her crown obviously facing down. So that imagery is always going to be like, you got humbled. You had an experience that you're like, oh, damn. I got to take it down a notch. And it's kind of like the Tower of Babel, where the tower was erected to be like God and to be with God, but it's kind of like a slap in the face that, we dare to be so divine without actually doing the work, the spiritual work. So, yeah. That's basically on an esoteric level what we're talking about here. And I found it very interesting that Pamela Coleman wanted to draw the lightning the way she did. It's in a W shape with an arrow pointing towards the tower. Okay, so what it is actually, it took me a long time to find what this symbol is. I actually got really obsessed, and it took a long time of searching like weird internet websites to try and find what the fuck this symbol was, because I'm like, this is definitely a symbol. This is not just lightning. She drew it weird for a reason. So for me, it's the water. It's not for me. It's the water hand. That's the symbol of the water hand. Now, the water hand is the hand of sensitivity in an art called trinogamy or chiromancy, which is a type of palmistry that's going to focus more on your personal characteristics and the way that you are, more than it would in palmistry, where you're making predictions and things like that, and like telling fortunes. It's not like that. It tells you about yourself. So that's the male version of the sensitive hand. Now the women's version is the other W here with the cross, and the glyph that you saw underneath that was the glyph for Aquarius, which is the next card. So it could be a precursor to the next card. We always need water to wash everything out and level shit up. We had the Great Flood and we started over after that. Built the world up again. But it's just God basically slapping you in the face. He's slapping the crown off with the water hand. Like, bitch, pimp slapping you with the water hand. Which I think is funny, but the tower is a phallus. So when we get too much into our ego, I feel like it is an abuse of power, because we think we're better than everybody else. We are abusing money, we're abusing food, we're abusing sex. And I feel like the water hand, she drew it backwards, because if she drew it the other way around and made the lightning on the other side, the crown would be falling to the right And if we're talking about the left hand and right hand sides in the cards, we have the pillars. On the left hand side is the female pillar, and on the right hand side is the male pillar. The male pillar is white and the female side is black. So the crown is falling to the female side because it's a sensitivity of the perfected male being returned to the male. So we're already being a tyrant. We're already raping, pillaging, doing all those things, and we need that female balance within us. So it's the male force being perfected again and being set to rights. And that's why, for me, I feel like the crown is falling to the left-hand side. So there's a picture of it there. The left-hand side and the right-hand side, the pillars. And now we can talk about colors. Just as the high priestess is in a blue robe, blue is also the color of the female in esoteric terms. So we have black and blue are the colors of the female, and then white and red are the color of the male. And that's why the male has a red cape, female has a blue gown on, and the crown's coming off are a big deal. The crown's facing down and coming off, definitely. They mean that it's over. You're humbled, leveled, done. You have to start over again. And that really is a precursor to the next card, which is Aquarius, which is the dawning of the new age, new complete paradigm. So this card is ruled by Mars, which is the first house. Again, and the first house is the house of identity. So this is like when you have to question your identity, like, who am I really? That's a real big deal, and it's a very humbling experience. And that's what the Tower card is about. So for me, like, I read myself a couple of times 2 years ago, and I kept getting the Tower, and I eventually got let go from my job of 13 years, and it was very upsetting for me. So it could be in terms of the material world, like I said, exoteric, breakups, new jobs, new houses, but it's all like you're getting forced out. It's not like, I'm making this decision. You're getting forced out. It's going to be abrupt, and it's going to be like, what the fuck? It's going to be a hard time. So you have the black background, and like we talked about in the last card, the devil, the black background is always questionable. It usually denotes a dark experience, a dark, heavy experience. And just like we had the opposites of the Lovers, Six, and the Devil, I'm searching through. I'm going to grab the Chariot for you. Because the Chariot's all sunny and fun and bright. And this card's dark. And these are both sevens. 7 cards. And again, this is the nod to alchemy. The 7 steps in alchemy. Okay? Very important. Alchemy definitely is a big part of the tarot. So there's your, as far as like what the cards look like together. Definitely one dark, one light. There's definitely a dynamic in the numerology here, and I'm learning a lot myself, just looking at the numerology of the cards, and then just tying it all into alchemy. It just becomes very, very deep, very deep. That's why I love the esoteric part of this. I mean, you can work with the exoteric, definitely. So if you have a 1 + 6, 7 as your life path number, like I'm a 3 + 5, 2. I'm a 32, 5. So if you're a 16, 7, you're going to have a lot of upsetting experiences in your life, because that's the energy you came into the world with. So after this, we go into the cosmic cards, the star, the sun, and the moon. So now the Charioteer, he's riding his chariot out of the underworld into the heavens, which is a very beautiful thing. And then we end with Saturn, which is going to be, I think that might be a longer video. I really do. But that was my lecture, I guess, on the tarot card. And I will try and get these, like I always say, I try and get these videos out to you as soon as I can. It is important that I finish this up and get this information out there for you guys to learn everything you possibly can about tarot, because it's a beautiful art, and it really opens you up inside and humbles you, and it really does help you along your spiritual journey. So I look forward to talking to you soon. I will see you next with the star. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.